Hello, everyone. This episode of Let's Go Talk Show is a little different. I've lovingly woven together a few separate conversations that Tracy and I recorded, each one filled with insights, laughter, and presence. They're recorded at different moments. They carry a shared thread, and I felt called to bring them together into one offering. If it resonates, please give it a like, leave a comment, or subscribe to the channel so you don't miss future conversations. Thanks for being here, and let's go.
And isn't it funny that it's like, didn't you just judge that? And I'm like, oh my God, did I?
Right. No, it's an awareness that, oh no, I just don't vibrate with that.
Which we have,
Yeah.
whatever the word, like necessary, like, oh yeah, no. So yeah.
Look at the words, look at what the human thinks that is. It's always an awareness and a recognition that this is not something I vibrate with. This has got nothing to do with judgment. But the humans have taken it on as, oh, this is judgment and this is bad. So that you feel like you're a bad person. So that then you start to judge yourself. And they said, now that's judge, because then you'll start to judge yourself, which starts to lower that. And they said, there's really not, you cannot go down from the vibration once you're there. They said, but you'll stay there. You won't continue to move up. So from a human perspective, how I say it is, then you lower that vibrational rate.
Right.
How you're judging yourself. So now what have you done? You've created separation within your body. So he said that's why judgment had been created, so that it keeps us small.
Yep. That was a good clarification.
So next time we say to ourselves, no, I'm just aware that I no longer vibrate with that. That's not my vibration.
Right.
Right. Because I think people need to recognize that and start to reframe all of that.
Yes.
Right.
So, and the internal judgment, which clearly I'm doing this morning. I love this.
The truth is you don't really vibrate. You're getting out of that vibration of that shit. So you think you're judging it because in the mind is saying, no, Tracy, be here so you can create that separation because now it's coming together. So it's the fear of that coming together and you zooming out of it that's happening.
Makes so much sense. I love that you just said that because I trust my body. It's the mind and the ego, because I'm like, do you trust your body? I'm like 100%. I know my body's miraculous.
Mm-hmm.
See, I love when we talk.
I know. Yep, absolutely.
So back to the medicine. We got the doctor that I have so much trauma and PTSD with. Here's where it gets good. I text you, and in with like 15 minutes, it was like, listen, that doctor that you hate, you need to make peace with her. Those antibiotics, you need to make peace with that. It's all you. So here's what you do. Take that doctor, take that antibiotic, take all the symptoms, neutralize them, purify them, bring it back to love, weave it in with you. You're mastering this purity and pure creation. Weave it together. Now run it through yourself. But I would love your...
That makes sense, though, doesn't it? Because remember when you did that with some other doctor and you had to make peace? Like every time you would drive by, you'd get the...
Who I love her now.
Right? Okay, so when you first started and they were saying, okay, now you both are looking into going formless, right? She's doing more of the, she being you, right? She's doing more of the energy, more of the stuff to go into that. What are we going to have to bring forward? We're going to have to bring forward all the shit that's keeping you stuck into the form. So it's now like, okay, let's bring it to the surface so that you can, right, let me neutralize it, let me bring it, let me weave it all together, let me do all of that stuff. Otherwise, we can't. You can't go formless because we're holding on to that denser energy.
Yes. That's what I thought, but it's like, why can't I just get a break? Like, no, why can't it be easy? And I understand it at a level. You know what I do? And honestly, I feel like I'm bringing my kids with me. I was even looking to the energy and check this out. Whatever challenge we're going through, we are kind of helping to move through it or clearing a path for the collective, however you look at it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is fascinating to think about.
Remember, your pattern is you're always in the forefront. You've always had to go through things way before everybody else. So it's always been it's not easy. Well, that was the pattern. Of course it would be easy now, right? You've changed so much. You're just stuck in the pattern. So that's another weaving that you've been doing. So get out of that so it can be easy and joyous.
See, these are the reminders I need because I can't remember, it all's blurring. I was like,
Right.
oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, I've redone all of this. Like, what is this?
Yeah.
No. We are not doing this anymore. We don't need the examples. We don't need the, you know what I mean?
Yeah. You keep calling the examples to you because that's what the pattern was.
Right. Can we take a sledgehammer and break that pattern?
Yes, absolutely. And I'll bring that integration, that whole, it looks like a double helix, like going right in the middle of it, because it's that whole integration, that whole piece. And then, yeah, look at how all the elements are coming in. Look at how, I'm getting chills. Look at how it's going down the whole foundation of it. Well, it's not, because they're saying it's not really foundation anymore, Renae, but okay, whatever. For the human element, the foundation just all breaking apart and all of the root systems just spreading out in light now, out into the world instead of being in that pocket. You're saying the trajectory is far bigger than we could ever imagine. Well, of course, it would have to be.
And isn't it that I'm out here in the woods and I went out on the trail, like I got out on my bike yesterday.
Yeah.
So I actually was in the middle. I mean, it's brilliant by design, but you're right. That patterning that it's got to be hard or like be in my face. We can do this big work. What I got was warp speed. Like, well, why aren't you doing it warp speed then? I'm like, I don't know. That's why I'm asking you.
I am. We're doing it now.
There's really no words for half this stuff.
Right. It's like that sledgehammer, like coming down and just breaking apart what looks like the root system to me, right? Like just smashing that. But the smashing allows it to break into its particles of light. So now the light can now, go out, and anything else it needs, we're throwing it right in there and let it. So, see it's going out this way. Now starting to move up.
I love what you said, where the roots, it's breaking, but it's becoming that particles.
Yes. Yeah.
And I almost saw it as like this words, this like crystalline light.
Yes. That's exactly how I saw it. Yes.
Yeah. I love all this. I feel like we are operating at multiple levels right now, right? Yeah. And sometimes we do. We need to come down into this human realm and be like, listen, we need to address this at this level because these two levels are wide open and we keep, like even our kids, I just firmly believe that our kids, they are, even with all the stuff, everyone can say, oh no, they're still 3D. They're not, because they're our reality. They're just not. Do they play there a lot? Sure. But it's, like I see like a video game. No, they have access to level 4 and 5. They just keep going back down to 1 and 2 because they know the course really well. So that's where they play a lot.
Exactly. Yep.
I feel like it's there. We're just figuring it out.
Yes.
So here's what I love. And I feel like there's this thing of just placing awareness, like, no, my well-being and health, I'm going to prioritize it.
Yes.
And me dropping from my platform of, well, you need to take vitamin D and boost your, you know what I mean? Like, I have an appreciation for all of it at some level.
Me too. Yep. And I agree. And because we're in the place that we're in, everything has to be coming to that surface for exactly that. And I love the way you said that. Like, yeah, they can be on this platform, but they keep dropping down to here because this is where the most comfortable. This is what they're used to playing in. However you said that was perfect. And that's exactly what is transpiring in the human realm now. That aspect of people keep dropping down into. They're raising us up, and they're saying the beings are raising up the energetic field of the earth. And when that energetic field, Mother Earth is working with them to bring up the field of the consciousness that has been grounded into her for all of these centuries and beyond. Everything that everybody was given to Mother Earth, that's why her core, her teardrop core. So, okay, so she's bringing that up and she's meeting people into that. But she can't allow us to all evolve with her when this shit's still sitting here. So actually, before they finish that thought, can't we just take the hammer to that whole thing and smash that and let all the particles go? Oh, well, see, we are smart, just humans, because they're like, yeah, you can do that. Well, then let's do it. And then, oh my God, I get a whole back. It's just like, whoo. I feel, can you see that or feel it? Like when you know,
Yeah.
that's crazy cool. So now as all of that's coming up, because people were able to go down into the lower levels that they were used to playing in because that was there. Now that that's all breaking up and turning back into that, whatever, that light, now they're not going to have that. They can't go into that. Even if they lower, it's going to be there, but it's not going to be the same bullshit. And that,
Oh,
no doubt, is a lot of the anxiety you were feeling as well. Because again, you're always in the forefront, right? So you're here. You can't go anywhere until this moves.
oh my God. And this morning, I'm like, why is it still available? Why can I
Yeah.
lock back down into it? I was getting frustrated. I'm like, I shouldn't be able to lock down into this. Why can I?
Thinking the same thing when you said that. I'm like, why is she able to do that? That doesn't make any sense. So of course, because we're talking, then it's like, okay, there you go. Here, like,
Yeah.
makes perfect sense. And we had talked about that. Remember, we had talked about mother, everybody grounding into her for years, but they never said anything about, well, that has to do. You guys got to do something with that.
Right.
I guess because we had to come upon that ourselves. You can tell us everything else, but you can't tell us that.
Can I just tell you that we've laughed a lot already? And it's so significant to me how much I know that it's all like clearing because there's so much laughter. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's such a, I think I put that out there as my telltale feedback sign because it's just like, you see how much you and Renae have laughed already? And every time I'm like, oh my gosh, awesome.
I love that as the telltale sign. I'm gonna put that as mine too, because I love that.
Yeah. And it just, we know it is, but I do like the little
Yes, absolutely.
feedback of good, the good feedbacks, the
Yes.
positive ones that I'm like, oh, I did set that in the field. Yes. So these are all of the looping patterns that I'm aware of. That's why I want to touch on this that have already started dismantling. You know, I have this thing. Can you see that?
Yep.
And they can fall away and go on their own, but significant, or Tracy, you could go get it taken off. And I'm like, either, great. Which that's huge for me. Like, you know what I mean?
Oh,
It's
yeah.
my body's brilliant. My body has to handle it. Or just do that.
Right, exactly. Then what I like about that is then it's one less thing you're putting energy to that's tying you into the human form.
Thank you, Renae. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You know how much energy I put into this thing the past 2 weeks?
Yep. You need
Sometimes,
to free that up to then do what you're supposed to be doing.
yes, thank you for that.
Mm-hmm.
Now that we've spoke about that density block, of course, like now it makes sense to me.
Yeah, me too.
But there's so many like layers in there. I do, as much as that sucked, and be clear, no more patterning, no more. I feel like me going back
coming down
in,
on the patterning.
yeah, was significant for me to go face to face. And that's my thing. I have to be like, with that doctor that you hate, now that's you. Now what are you going to do? Now what do you feel?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's kind of a crazy exercise.
Oh, yeah. Well, think about that in life in general, because if people start to do that, if people start to become symbiotic with that, whatever it is they hate, and also recognize when they're, doing all their stuff and they're whatever, I'll say, for lack of better, we say raising their vibrational rate, and then they, dumb down or they jump down into the next place because this is where I'm comfortable doing things. Bringing that awareness around so that they truthfully hear it while they're saying listen to it. So they're listening to it. Some people aren't going to hear it. They're going to listen to it, but just listening to it will start to, it's and they're showing me like, hooks on somebody's shoulders and like pulling them up. Like whether they're like not. Then those that hear it, they don't need the hooks. They just go up.
Interesting.
Yeah, very. Like when I start to do that, okay, yep, I'm not my body. Like I'll be laying back, I'm like, okay, I'm not my body. I'm not this field. Like whatever the thing said to say, I say that. But how do I not remember it? Like I actually have to have the piece of paper right there, print it off, and I read. I'm like, okay, this is what I'm doing. And then I close my eyes, and I'm like, okay, because I'm just trying to imagine the field. Right, I'm a part of that field. I'm trying to imagine that. I'm like, how do I not how do I not remember those words? Well, I guess it's probably not about the words. They're saying it's not about the words. Why do you think you're there? You are there. Because when they first said it, I was like, holy shit, like that's crazy. And then I started to be like, yeah, that's right. I'm everything in this room. So let me, and the funny thing is, like, there's this guy, Chip Coffee, and he came to town once. And my sister, I don't know, she was going to some dinner with him. So she invited me to go. And he said, I don't know why everybody is like, how I can do something and, then all of a sudden you'll feel it down there or how I do things. And I'm like, well, it's obvious. They said, don't you see all the cells that's connecting everyone and everything? Like, that's just what it is. Like, I've always seen that. So I've been saying that for years, but it never really, like now when they were saying, can you see yourself as this, like it was so foreign to me. And then I think it was like probably this morning or last night, whichever one, when I was doing that, I was like, oh, wait a minute. All the cells that you've seen in the text every day, like it's that form. Now go right into that cell and see how expanded it is, see how it is a piece and a part. You just had to visualize for your limited mind, oh, here's all the chain of cells. Oh, whatever. But it's crazy cool.
Which kind of goes back into, because same thing, I can't remember. I'm just doing the no time, no space, no form.
Yeah.
So, but instead of, I am the field,
Yeah.
same thing. I can't remember shit worth shit. Which goes back to when you were talking, I could see like, so cool. Like you're just everything. And then, oh, you come back into this form, right? To appear.
Yeah.
But kind of just how you said, which I really had such an amazing visual of like, you're just everything. And then you're like, oh, we're doing focused attention, which back to me, like, oh, that doctor that you hate. Okay, that's you.
Yep. I love that. I love the way you just said that because now it gives me whatever. It's like, okay, yep, everything. Oh, wait a minute, we're doing focused attention. Like I never thought about that. Like, yeah, okay. Yep, that's perfect. So now I can, all right, I don't need to have a focused attention here. So all right, go. Be everything. Feel it, be it.
And then even I was thinking a little bit, I like your perspective better of I'm starting to get angry. Like, why can I hook into this? Like, but now it kind of makes sense.
Yeah.
So I love that we did that.
Mm-hmm.
But also, I got another thing of why are you saying it's like whatever high cortisol or like I just like the edginess. It's not even anxiety, it's edginess. So it's different. It's 100% different. I'm just going to say it's not what I felt 3 years ago. That was anxiety.
Yes.
This is like this edge, like, so it's like, why are you ready to be formless? And then you're kind of like, ooh, is there a part of me that's holding on to form density because I have a little fear of jumping into the unknown? And then I'm like, dang, okay, well, let's neutralize that.
Yes. Then you just said that. The one meditation is about going into the unknown.
See how this works?
I know. Yeah, that was in the advanced thing. It was like stepping into that unknown. And I can't remember what they were saying, but I was like, oh my God, that's genius. Because it was seeing like, I don't know, what like, lack of a better way to say it, the joy and like seeing how that was so exciting to be there.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
No need. Why would you be nervous about that?
Right.
Like, gosh, it's going to be, but you can see the human brain wanting to, but what if? Like, this is what I know, and this is all my people, and this is, I get it.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. And then when they were saying the edginess feel, they said every time you have that edginess feel, know that you're on the edge of jumping over. That's why the edginess. They're very literal on that page.
Yeah.
And then what I remembered too was, how I said, like, I've got no sense of direction. And like, if you showed me a map, I'm not telling you where I am on New York. And they've always said to me, that's going to be a big thing for you in the future. Like, you can't know that. Then remember when you said, oh, wait a minute. So the space or the whatever. I can't just close my eyes and be there. I have to, do it this way because you're tapping into distance. We can't be a piece and part of that distance. We can't know those things because our human brain says, well, wait a minute, that's 10,000 miles away. I can't just do that. So that's where like now let go of that whole thing. And like, of course, if we're everything, of course we're there at the same time. Now I'll just do the focused energy right there. Right. And then whoop, then we're there. And we've transported or whatever you want to call it to that space. Love that.
No time, no space, no form. That's so, when we were out on the boat, I was saying, I go, would you know what direction? Because you're so far out in the middle of the ocean, you can't see land anywhere. And it's just funny because when I'm out here, Renae, I have no idea. Even right now, sitting here, I have no idea north, south, east, west. I'll like learn it and then I forget it. So it's so funny you say that because now there's 3 different times that I was like, I have no, and then I was like, oh, I should learn that by the sun.
Nope, because it's not matter. You're a piece and part of all that. You'll do your focus form where you want it to be.
Yes.
I love that. Oh my God, I got to tell you this story. I've got an Alexa device, right? I went into the Alexa Plus. So you have all these voices. So I go with this masculine 2 voice. It's about 1:30 in the morning, right? We're coming up. Turn this light off. And as I'm walking to the bedroom, I'm like, Alexa, turn on the light. And all of a sudden, this male voice says, gotcha. Like in this sort of creepy sound to me. And I'm like,
what the hell was that?
So instead of like, usually Alexa would say, okay, well, not the guy. He's like,
gotcha. Oh, gotcha. Like, okay, got ya.
Yeah. Scared the fuck out of me. And I'm like,
that is kind of hysterical. Very hysterical.
Then I'm like, oh my God, I got to change it back. And I'm like, no, your comfort is there. No, you stay here. You stay with this. Go ahead. You can handle change. You're okay.
And it's kind of funny, the evil thing, it was like that gotcha, and it was me. So it's so funny that
right?
Gotcha.
Yeah.
We can just keep catching all those little, I love the gotcha.
Yeah.
And I know I'm using it in a different, like, oh, I got ya. But,
but
kind of the same. I got ya.
Exactly.
I love that.
Right? I do too. Yeah, that's cool.
Because if we can catch those patterns and all of the spiraling out and be like, I got you. Okay, now I have you. Like, we got this.
Yes.
See, that simple little story just.
Right? Even when you say like the gotcha, again, it goes back into people putting the meanings to the words. It's really all truthfully one original vibration, just like we were, right? And then we divide out into all of these. This is who I am. This is who I am. This is who I am. So it's that same thing. So very cool.
You just said something. It's really on one vibration. I don't know what story you were talking about because you'll just be telling me normal stuff and I do what you do, right?
Yeah.
And you had already said this. You said it twice now, very different ways, which anyway, I saw the antibiotic out of the blue. And I don't even know. I just brought it into this frequency. It was almost like round 2. We did it. You know what I mean? The whole thing going through the body, but you were talking about something and I saw it again more clearly. It's just like, it's just the one frequency. It's pureness. And it like ran through again for a second time.
Good. Well, and it makes sense to layers, right?
Oh yeah.
Layering.
Yeah.
Yeah, you clear it, and now we need this and this other layer that's opened up.
And then when you said it's one frequency, I was like, oh, because I know for me, sometimes I'm just watching and I really don't know what the hell's going on.
Me too.
I'll just like, oh, that's good. That sounds good. That feels good. I like that. Whatever that was, yes.
Yes. And then we forget right after that. We're just like, okay, whatever that was. Yeah, good.
Yeah. And then you talked about that one frequency, and I'm like, oh my gosh, okay. I get it a little more now. Oh, what was that word I kept using the other day? Make it liquid, keep it liquid. And I kept saying it. And I was like, that sounds kind of weird, but I kept saying it.
Yeah, but now it doesn't, right? Like when you say it now, it doesn't, it's like, it's so normal.
No, and now it feels like good. Like, keep it fluid.
Of course, make it liquid. Yeah.
Yeah. animals. I was picking blueberries and a bee got me. Like I feel that like the communication is more right there.
Yeah.
Even with like, the tree or the blueberry, the
Yep.
blueberry all screaming at me because there's so many. Why don't you, hey dumbass, why don't you ask Renae for some help? Who said that? Come here.
Exactly. Oh my God, I love that.
But yes, but also lights. Like I don't everything's getting,
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah. Which I love,
And
love, love.
sounds, crazy sounds. I'm always feeling like oh my gosh, not only like, the ringing in the ears and all
Yeah.
that, but I keep hearing like the sound of a text message coming in or and it's not.
Yes. Yes. I just thought like I was crazy. I go and I pick up my phone and I'm like, oh, nothing's okay, whatever. And I'm like, well, I don't know what I'm hearing. And then even this morning, I said, what is that? What is that beeping? What is it? She's like, Mom, I don't even know what you're hearing.
I've said I'm not kidding you at least 3 times. You don't hear that beeping? And
Yeah,
he's
like
like, I don't know what you're talking about. Like, you need a hearing aid. Or that's what now I'm trying to do. If I hear like the text or the phone, I'm like, who's trying to get me? What do
yeah,
you want? Like, what do you need?
yeah. I'm open and ready. Give me the message. Go ahead.
Yes, yes, yes.
Bring it on in.
Okay, I'm so grateful because now I'm back to like, oh my gosh, this is getting so good. This is so exciting.
Exactly. Yeah, I love it. Like, whew. See you Monday morning.